day. Hey everyone, how's we? Hey there, it's another Biz Tip Tuesday. I am your biz coach, Dr. Yams. Keep it simple, coach, for the busy 9 to 5ers. Hi for aspiring entrepreneurs who want to leave their employee status and jump on over to the entrepreneur side. And also in my content creation tips and more group for those who have already launched their business and want to apply content marketing strategies to help grow their business organically. So here is another biz tip for you. So today, what I thought I'd do is to kind of put a little different spin on stuff. In fact, today I like to talk about cleaning your shit, aka your email list. And this is something that I thought I wanted. So, this is going to be a two-parter. So, today I really want to walk through some of the things that are really important about cleaning your list and why that's important. And then next week, we're going to go into the actual workflow and the email sequencing that you can use. And I'm going to be taking, so I'm going to model and put it into practice what I'm doing and see what the results kind of look like, as you can kind of walk alongside with me if you want to. So, if you are interested in joining me on this cleanup journey, then please let me know in the comments. For those of you who are watching on side of my Facebook group page, my Facebook group, or on my Facebook page, Keep It Simple Coach. Either way, drop me a line, send me some emoji love, and we'll get started. So today, I want to talk to you about cleaning out your inbox, your email list rather, and why that is important. And for a couple of reasons. Most importantly, how clean is your email list is really the first question you want to ask yourself. If your email list is clean, then you're going to be able to have higher open rates. You're going to be able to have subscribers who are going to be more highly engaged. Hoarding a list, which I am probably guilty of, hoarding a list is not good. Just like hoarding and keeping junk in a room isn't good either. So you want to, however, do this. So if you've never done it, then this is probably the sign you've been looking for to clean your shit and get that email list in order, because I know I'm going to do the same thing. So, we all have our little feebles and we all fall inside of the bad, stumbling blocks when it comes to our entrepreneurship. And there's nothing wrong with that. The things is that how do we deal with them so that we can move past it and get better. So, but the worst thing that you want to do is by not cleaning your list, is that's going to have some very negative impacts on you. So I want to kind of make you aware of that. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you grab your biz journal, any one of the journals that you've picked out, but take down some notes and kind of just start thinking about, okay, what should I be doing? If I haven't been giving this any thought at all, then you certainly want to go down this journey with me at the same time. So let's consider a couple of things. So first of all, you want to ask yourself is, what is email listing? What does that really mean? And really all it is just a way for you to have, just like you clean your homes or you clean out your car every now and again, right? This is about getting rid of people who are not active on your list, who don't have either good email addresses, although I do have a tool that you can always check email addresses when people come through so you can make sure they're really good. Sometimes, unfortunately, people will want to opt into stuff and give you, maybe not on purpose, but some do, will not give you a good email address, but they still want the free stuff. But so there's a reason for you wanting to get rid of those. And then also you want to remove any of the subscribers who haven't opened anything in your email list over a period of time. And you get to decide how long that will. If it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, decide. But make a decision as to what is the threshold when people aren't engaging and responding back to you, right? So um, sometimes we call this cold subscribers, right? They're giving you the cold shoulder, or they may have started in being active at the very beginning, right? And then things just happen, and maybe the content that you're providing isn't what they want anymore. And that's okay. First of all, don't take it personal, but you do have to take a little bit personal, because at the same time, if you don't get rid of them, they're getting rid of you, kind of like ghosting. Hmm. So do be aware that that is one of the reasons is, well, i.e., that is what email list cleaning is about. All right. And then some of the reasons I want to go over with you today is the reasons why you want to take this journey with me in cleaning out the list, right? Because it's a proactive approach in making sure that you have a nice, clean, useful email list. Otherwise, it's going to have some negative implications, and you certainly don't want to have that to happen. All righty. But then they're getting rid of you. Oh, kind of like ghosting. Mm. All right. But then they're getting rid of you. Oh, sorry. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay, my camera. All right, so let me give you a couple of reasons why you want to clean your list so you can get an incentive to do so. And again, if you have any questions as I'm going through this, please don't hesitate. Put your questions down in the list as well so that I can give any answers. If I can't answer them right away, I'll certainly answer them. Okay, so let's kind of go through some of the reasons why. Well, reason number one is by cleaning out the list and people who are engaged, then you get what we call, there are some like analytics when it comes to email automation. And one of the analytics, or one of the indicators that tells whether or not you're being effective at what you're doing, has to do with your open rate. And so an open rate means, okay, if I send you an email, how likely is that person going to open the email? Because the whole point of sending it to an email is you want people to read your stuff. You don't sit there writing email for nobody to read. There's an intent behind it, right? Hopefully, they also know that that the type of email that they are subscribing and signing up to is in alignment with where their needs are, right? Because remember, you're the problem solver. So the better the open rate, obviously, then that's the feedback that you're getting, that people's like, oh, I just got an email from Dr. Yim. Let me open it, right? So that is calculated at a percentage sent out by the total number of emails that are sent and the total number of emails that are open in that ratio, okay? Now, the other part to that is not only if they're opening it, but that also they're clicking on any links that you have inside of the email. So that's another way of improving. So the better numbers, the higher numbers you get on your open rate, your percentages, and the better percentage of people clicking on things that you have on those call to action buttons inside of those emails are good indications you're doing something right. But if people aren't opening it, or they're opening it and not clicking, then those are two indicators you really want to watch to determine whether or not they fall into the list of you gotta go. So that's one of the benefits as well. Another benefit is you'll get obviously fewer spam complaints. And what that means is that sometimes people sign up and they don't remember, but if you keep sending them email and they ain't been opening it, then they're quite likely it will end up in their spam folder. That's not good. And when you put in the folder, then that's another indicator that's going to tell the host email people like your Hotmail, your Yahoo, or Gmail, or Outlook, right? That you're becoming a problem, right? So they're monitoring that. So those types of systems, they track these types of things. So you want to minimize anyone considering you um, a risk from a spamming, and then things would just go straight to that spam folder or to that promo folder. So this is what happens when you do that email. Remember the welcome email sequencing? One of the emails is about, you remember, you're training your people about how you want them to interact with you in those first few days of your relationship. And one of the things is that set of expectations. And if they know to open, then you're in good shape. And then you want to be able to put worthwhile links in there, things that are going to connect with them, that again, reasons why they followed you and they opted in, right? So that they will see value in it. So if they're opening up the email and they're seeing it, it's because it's landing in their inbox. sometimes if they don't put your email on their like whitelist, then it will automatically go to spam. So you always want people to go check your first email, make sure I'm not in your spam folder. And if I did go in your spam folder, then redirect it and pull it and say, no, this is not a spam email. These are the indicators that you want to put in place. And these are the types of things you want to have your new subscribers to do. And then if they're not, then that again is going to work against you. The other part too that it then falls into the benefit of that part of cleaning out your list is that it's going to lower the bounce rates. And so bouncing is undeliverable emails. Again, make sure that email is a good email, right? Sometimes people change their email addresses, their inboxes get full, or again, fake email addresses. And then just could be a technical error. But again, you want to minimize by cleaning out that list. You can either one do an email check on making sure they're all good emails and chuck the ones that aren't. That's going to lower that bounce rate. That's another indicator of whether or not you are a good email sender or not. Okay. Another reason why you want to have that email cleaning out business is going to, again, keep that reputation that you'll have of being a good sender to the different inbox providers. And so if you're good going in, then they're going to say, okay, they're good, give them a thumbs up. But if they're not in there, you just been sending email, and then sending it too often is another reason too. So you just want to make sure you kind of always are keeping your list clean so that you can be seen as a good email sender and have that reputation of doing so that you can still be sent into the inbox and not go to promo folders and spam folders. Make sense? Okay. All right. Now, another reason why you want to do this is that it's going to end up saving you money. When some of you, depending on the email automation systems that you use, you are usually charged by a number of people on your list. So why would you pay for somebody to be on your list if they're not opening up your inbox, your emails? Then they're taking one of your slots, because yes, your email list may be big, but if it's not a healthy big, you're paying for dead weight essentially. And so why would you want to pay for dead weight? So this is a way for you to save money and keep your costs down, because you have a clean list that is really just the people who want to get email from you, and then make room for new ones as well. So do know that those are typically how email automation plans work, right? They're working on the number of subscribers. Some places have unlimited, but typically that's the number that you want to make sure that you want to keep that list clean for that particular reason. Now, I try to do mine at least every 6 months, and I'm at that 6-month window. So we're going to do another cleansing shortly, and I want to take you through that process. And so, but you can kind of decide and make your own kind of to-do list that you want to kind of always come back to, and just do that purge and just make it a good habit. So you'll always have a good list, because then when you go to, it's particularly when you're getting ready to run a promotion, right? When you're getting ready to run a good sales funnel and you're getting new people in, you want to make room for the new people. And that's another reason, an incentive for you to do that. So typically every quarter, or at least every 6 months is what I would recommend. Okay. Now, in order to do this purge, you can certainly look at your list of numbers when you look at your data and your analytics page, your dashboard, and most of the systems themselves. You can, of course, which is what I like to do, is do an email sequence where you really want to just like double check with them to be like, hey, like, I'm sending you this email because I'm getting ready to kick you out. But if you really don't want to be kicked out, just let me know, because I would love to keep you on my list and we can still be buds. And so there's a campaign email sequence, and then that's what I'm going to model for you on the inside of the next training session, is what does that look like, and then how you can set that up. So may be able to salvage some of the people. They may know based on the type of verbiage that you're using in that email sequence. It was like, oh, maybe I do, or maybe I don't. But at least you'll know for sure. So rather than doing kind of like a cold sweep of just based on the data alone, you could run a campaign that's going to be like an outreach to them. It's like, hey, just testing to see whether or not, and you only send this to the people that fit that criteria of having not opened an email from you in a certain period of time, right? So you set that criteria, and then you send that subgroup of individuals the email sequence and was like, you know, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. You haven't opened up anything for us. Are we good? And if not, and so you can give a couple of chances before you do the final pull. You'd be surprised. Might be able to actually salvage a couple or more than a couple individuals who will want to stay on your list and re-engage them, incentivize them as well. We'll talk more with respect to that as well. So there are different ways to clean your list, but they pretty much fall along those same lines. Like I just mentioned, look at your data, look at your numbers, figure out the strategy with respect to the steps that are involved. Each platform is different. I use MailerLite. Some people use MailChimp. Others use ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit and alike. Just know that they all follow along those same lines. There's a way for you to identify, because a person who has not opened, you can do like what they call a query. You can search your database and simply filter out the people who have not opened an email over what period of time as you get to set it, or haven't clicked on it. They may have opened, but they've never clicked, right? And you can make, and depending if you have if you already have these emails lists and it's segmented, then that's another way of looking at people. They are getting stuff, but they're not actually doing anything. That may be a purpose and opportunity for you to do a different type of campaign to kind of re-engage with them and incentivize them or bring them down a different sales funnel than the one that got them in there, right? This is why it's important about going back to what we talked about earlier and having a good welcome email sequencing so that you don't have these people on your bad list, for lack of a better term. Okay, so you can certainly look up those steps. I'm going to walk through mine when I do the actual ones in the next in our next session itself. So know that you want to be able to just do a quick how-to in your particular platform, how to clean out your email list. Different ones will all apply. And of course, to ensure that you get that list to stay clean, a couple of things you always want to keep in mind. One is to use, well, of course, make sure that the people who are on your list gave you permission. You always want to do that. Another thing is, and that's why it's always good for people to confirm when they sign up. If you're not doing a double opt-in, which just means that when a person signs up, they have to go, this is another trigger for people to go into their inbox and accept it. That way, as you know, it's going in there the right way. Is that if you set your email to the double opt-in, that's a common setting. If you choose for a double opt-in for an email submittal, then the person will get an email to that inbox that they just signed up with. And this is say, please confirm. You've all probably done it yourself, but this is what you would be doing on the back end as the sender. So by setting it up as a double opt-in, you're getting the person to confirm that what they said they wanted to do by opting in, here's my name and email address, that yes, I'm confirming it was really me and it wasn't some spammer, right? So that's the purpose for doing that. That is going to allow people to keep your new people coming in clean. And also it's a good validator about whether that it's not going to land in the spam folder. So that's another good trick about using the double opt-in feature function in your email automation systems that you are using. The other opportunity that you have that someone shared with me recently is you can choose to offer different levels of content rather than putting on, kind of like I'm say rewards, but if you say, like, for instance, if you want to opt as an incentive keeping things clean, you might say, I'm putting on a VIP content or VIP blog, and people will get something and you can opt into that. That's another way that you can keep people incentivized and clean on your list, and consider that as something. Of course, there's a little bit more work for you to do, but maybe not. Maybe you're just inviting them to an audio type of content as well. It doesn't always have to be written, but it's just another way for them to refresh themselves and connect as well. But you do want to make it easy for people to unsubscribe at the end of the day, because again, everybody's a reason in a season, right? So you might have served them already. You gave them all the value that they needed for where they were at the point in time that they connected with you. And that's okay. And so typically most systems anyway force you to have a unsubscribe link at the bottom of all of your newsletters as well. But again, make it visible, make it clean, and just let them know, I would love for you to stay, but if you got to go, click here. So we good. And then you can always welcome them back any other time. So, but do make it easy for them to unsubscribe as well. So that's it for today. Think about how you see your list right now. Look at your data. Look at your data, people, and find out if this is going to be the next step for you. Oh, hold on, I got a question here. Okay. So clean list, confirm, check your bounce rates, check your click rates, unopens, look at your numbers, and don't be embarrassed by them. It's just a good way to purge, and you want to be able to do this often. And it's kind of almost like good karma in a way, right? When you put good air, breathe good air in, and then push the bad air out. So you want to be able to make room for that new group of people that are going to be able to join your opt-in list, and you're making it clean for them so that they'll make room. And that's going to be another good kind of positive energy that you want for your business. So kind of think of it along those terms as well, is how I like to see it. Anyway, this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. If you haven't already done so, please make sure that you visit me over in the Content Tips and More Facebook group. This is for our solopreneurs, freelancers, and coaches. You can type in smallbizsociety.com. It'll take you right there. Join our community. It's where I add value and offer some other events from time to time. Now, if you have not started your business, but you want to and you need a little bit of help, then please head on over to the busy9to5ershive.com. That's another Facebook group for my aspiring entrepreneurs. If you are busy, you're working your full-time job, but you know deep down in your heart of hearts that there is a burn, a desire to start a business, to help other people, bring value by the talents that you have, then the Busy 9to5ers group is for you. Join now. It's free, and then you can have access to our Make It Official starter kit, where there you can get your LLC started, your government ID started, your business banking account started, and get your domain started, and a whole lot more. But that is your foundation, and you will find that starter kit inside the Busy 9to5ers Hive as well. And always reach out to me at keepitsimplecoach.info. There is my blog and other resources, as well as an opportunity to do one-on-one coaching with me anytime. So you can do that. So until then, this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. Let's get busy. Take care. Bye.